Okay, so we should be live now. We're watching games now with my two very good friends of the stream. Let's turn down the music. Okay. Test. Okay. Okay, so those levels should be good. Let's see what's happening here. 6 pawns for 6 pawns, very equal position. Maybe the queen can come in for white. White is actually doing pretty alright. Given the situation, this bishop is a monster bishop though. Trade of rooks, sure, why not? But if white accepts, the problem is the queen is going to get quite deep into the position and then you start worrying about checkmate, so I think it's good. Now this is gonna, if it's trades, ooh. Not going for the queen trade, which probably would have made it a draw, so this is fighting chess. If the queen ever moves, have ideas. Pinning, trying to move the king to h7. Now this is going to be a pawn endgame, most likely now it's just going to be a draw, although these are the kinds of positions that you could lose. So don't ever take it for granted just because it's an equal pawn endgame. Anything can still happen, but the idea would just be you want to tie down the pawns, okay, properly push here. As long as you just restrict the movement of the pawns to try and make it as hard as possible for your opponent to do anything, and that's all that you can kind of hope for. So all pretty good, and this should be a draw pretty quickly, I do imagine. Although if you were to say who has a chance of converting it into something, probably white. White feels like it just has kind of a lot more pawn breaks compared to black, because he has, yeah, but 90% going to be a draw. I don't think it's going to be anything otherwise than a draw, but oh well, we're going to see what's going to happen. Let's see now. Ooh, okay, so now these two pawns are going to occupy the king. Make sure there's no infiltration. Do you have a pawn break? No, that's just going to lose. Push. Could take. Interesting. If you push, then black has no more moves. Besides this, maybe. But then you have to be very careful of Zugzwang, because Zugzwang can be actually very strong here. Which is making me a bit worried, actually. Because it could stop being a draw. Yeah. Now what moves does white have? Because if he lets the black king in, that is very dangerous. Maybe you have here, but these two pawns... That's why this move is nice, because it broke up this chain. So that's why maybe pushing would have been better. Just to try and hold everything together, but now that they're split pawns... Ooh. This is dangerous. He's gonna go for this pawn for sure, but this was just a move to give opposition. Black has no moves besides pushing this pawn. Now he's gonna go after this pawn. For sure. That is a bad move. I think that was a bad move. We should have gone straight for the pawn. I'm pretty sure. We're gonna look back at this move. This was move 43. This is 100% a blunder. I don't believe that is. If you take a push and you're too slow. Very important concept. Let me go full screen. Okay, a bit nicer. Just trying to provoke this. Couldn't go there because of here. Just running around, trying to get the king to run back. Now you can maybe do something like this, but then you go up here. Doesn't work. White is in bad 6-1. You might just have to throw the pawn. Just throw the pawn and pick up. You can't even pick up any pawns. It's over. I think black is gonna win this game comfortably because you can't take. It's over. Yeah. White threw the game. He does. The pawns are not advanced at all. That was a thrown game. I'm gonna very quickly check the analysis. We check move 44. This. Black is really winning here. Wow. At what point? You see, this is a draw. Take. Yeah, pushing this pawn made no sense. Okay. Now you could... What? And you can't... Oh, because of this, of course, yeah. That's a very important concept. Okay, let's go back. Next game. Caro-Kann. This is the Kevo special. Trade. Okay. Let's see. A lot of time usage by Oblong board. Takes. I'm sure you could have taken with the knight, but probably doesn't matter too much. You still want the center, so this seems fine. He's threatening to take with the bishop and then pick up this pawn. That's kind of the idea, so maybe push just for the sake of protecting the pawns. And then playing knight c6. I'm not liking this for black, to be honest. He's doing this so he can bonus. Could he have taken here? He loses, okay. Now he's trying to prevent future ideas of that. This is gonna be hanging after this. If you take, sure, I guess. What's the better move orders? Because these are always I don't like this move because it blocks down the rook, but maybe it's a necessity. Better than knight b1 or maybe even knight b5. But then you have this reroute, which is convenient. Now I'm gonna maybe double up. Oh, yeah, I can take with the bishop. Okay, that's an important detail. This pawn was hanging, defends it with the rook. The time usage is not very impressive though. This could end up becoming a battle of the time more than anything. You can take this with check. This doesn't really matter. Bring the queen up, maybe play bishop h4. These are all ideas. Just to get the bishop here, I think should have done that. Oh, who's this? Is this? Let me just... Fireheart DZ, thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated. How did you find the channel? Let us know. Say hi in chat. And welcome to the stream. We're here watching a match between two very close friends of the channel. It is currently the second or third game in the match. They've played each other extensively, as you can see here at the bottom. They've played basically 100 games against each other. I could... oh, Fireheart, who are you? Are you... are you... Daniel, yes. That is you, I remember now. Well, thank you for joining in. Me versus Tane would be a bloodbath for Tane, of course. That's not a question. We don't want to embarrass him just yet. Maybe if James needs me to tag team, we could do that. That is definitely a possibility. You don't want to take that. Maybe just f6. Why not? James has been doing a good job here of holding the time tension. Queen d5 is another good option. But then the problem is he has bishop g5, and then he is really putting pressure, and you have to play like f6 and then, or even rook e8 probably, it's better. Tanim playing Tane is like him playing his... Okay, I get where you're coming from, but I don't think Tane is quite on the level of Jan. Jan is the one that's schooling Tane at the moment. Although Tane does have his moments, especially when it comes to attacking chess, like kingside attacks with the bishop, queen, and knight. Tane is very good at that, but of course he still has a long way to go. Long way to go before he can be compared to Jan. Ah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I would agree with that analogy. Because it's like completely different universes. Between, for example, me and you and Tane is probably closer in gap between Tane and Jan. Like, I'd say Tane has a better chance of beating Jan than we do of beating Tane in an actual serious game. If it's Blitz or whatever, sure, I can see it. But in a classical game, I think that's going to be very hard to beat Tane. White resigned. Okay, we actually have a win for James. James actually pulled one out of the hat. You know, the Caro-Kann is good old trusty. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? d4, c5? What is this nonsense? Is this an actual Benoni? Queen pawn, Benoni? Wow. Okay, so basically... Okay, that's a weird opening, but... Let's go back to the game. Tane is trying to use his opening knowledge to trick up James, who now has the slight edge in terms of self-esteem. But it's weird because Tane and James here are basically the same rating in terms of blitz on lichess, but the skill level is very different. So yes, you're also multi-streaming this, so it is also happening on Kick, so, and also on YouTube, so it's everywhere. It's something new we're trying out, because why not? Might as well. Thank you for joining in, Rourke. You won't see him in the Twitch chat, but he is on the Kick chat. So let's see how it goes. Hopefully everything is going smoothly. We are trying out experimental software, so we're gonna see how it goes, and hopefully it's going nice. You can see I added little details here and there to make the screen look a bit nicer. En passant is forced. He had to play that. That was the only move that could possibly be played. But it's not even a bad move. Maybe you can back it up somehow. maybe go for a classic bishop g5. A very common idea in a lot of positions. James is trying to reroute this way, probably trade knights. Why not? Let's see, what is Tane gonna do? He wants this bishop to become developed, but is stuck defending this pawn. That's an idea, and that's a problem with the position. This rook wants to have the open file, so this knight wants to move, but it has no good squares besides on developing to d7. Meanwhile, this knight goes here to expose the bishop. Yes, Kevo, the king killer, is James. You see 1855 in the username. That's the year James was born, so it can only be him. And then Oblong Gord is, of course, Tane. Now this is the move they're talking about, trading the knights. Yes, he's our resident historian, ancient veteran. Maybe 94 is an idea, if he wants to really trade everything, but the problem is this pawn is going to be very weak. Yeah, that's not a good move. He really wishes he had a supported e5 push just to shut down the position, but it's so well defended by Tane. He has all his pieces just guarding that square. That's the unfortunate part, because even if you could remove this pawn and try and get in with the king somehow, that would be nice. That's a bad move. He takes first. Oh, that's a nice move. Probably queen on f3. But I feel like James is getting squeezed here. White is getting squeezed. Black just has all the momentum. Give it a few moves and the whole position will just shift. Oh. It's like all hanging by a string. Maybe bishop b7 was an idea to take here first. I didn't take over this. The position is equal in terms of material, but it is a wild situation. I don't envy them playing. It's a very positional game. Thank you for the lurk, Rock. Let me get a sip of water. So back in high school, making chess openings, and waiting for rooks taking a piece on a semi-open file. Cheetah. This guy keeps challenging me to a game. I don't know who he is. He's just probably checking the streamer list or something. Anyways, rooks are taking a piece on a semi-open file. It's an African taxi driver. That's an appropriate title, I'd say, if it's a description. And let's just go back quickly. Oh, he moved the bishop. Let go. Oh. Oh, that's rough. James getting crushed now. It was funny. It is still funny now. James and time trouble it's an unfortunate situation. That's the one problem with his game. He's great at rapid and stuff, but when it comes to blitz, it just tanks. This is crushing. Ooh. Whoa, he takes back with the queen. That's over. That's resignable, yeah. Now we watch from the winner's perspective. The Reti. The copycat, just copying each other. Why not? I feel like if we go back here, surely there was... I guess if you played anything... No, but surely how do you defend against something like this? Even if you attack, you can just take the rook. I want to quickly check the analysis of this. If I go back. Well, I'll go back here. Okay, block with c3. Okay, that makes sense. Let's go back to the game. Take, take. Now James has a huge, huge center. Just a beautiful center. Tane has slow development coming his way in this exposed king. I think that was the best move positionally, just to try and activate the pieces and try and remove the threat from the king. But I definitely like James's position. Yeah, such easy development. He has the open files. You can even play something like f4 or just push. Okay, going for trades. Honestly, take with the e-pawn and then take control of the file. You can bring the king in and you're good to go. And you say this bishop is better than the knight. Who knows? Maybe that move is okay, but it feels very passive now. You can take, sure. Oh, you could actually sack this pawn and then pick up this one. Yes, that's a good move. Take, take, bishop takes. Very important. You attack the knight. Ah, that would have been a very good move. That feels like a... If you would have taken with a rook, sure, just take, take. And you... It's probably fine. But it would have been a cool trick to at least try. Because now this is going to be a draw, most likely. I don't see this. I will check though. What move is this? Yeah, move 19. We'll double check it in the analysis afterwards and see what the engine thinks. Let's see. Let me bring back the music. There we go. Turtle is gonna eat you. How are you doing, Turtle? Hope you're doing well. Are you someone I know? Or you a random viewer? You can see the emotes bouncing around. So feel free to spam those. How are you doing? How's your day going? Let me know. We're currently spectating a match between two very good friends of the channel. You can see here at the bottom, they played over 100 games against each other. So they're well versed in each other's repertoire. And we're just spectating the match. Currently the match is being led 2-1 in favor of Oblong. But who knows how the situation will go. It's good to see you're doing well. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. We're just chilling, hanging out, having a good time. And trying to learn some good chess, hopefully. That's the idea. The problem is this pawn is so well protected. I mean, you could take, but I think now is gonna go into rook and pawn endgame. you see this king is protecting this pawn, but if the rook can go to d7, I feel like the king can start doing his march. And the time usage is a huge factor. Pushing the d pawn. I kind of like the d pawn being there because it disconnected the rook. But this is probably fine. Is it a draw? Probably, but I actually worry about Tane because of how little time he has and just how much activity black has. So I kind of worry about Tane. But theoretically, all rook endgames are drawn according to the experts in the endgame field. You can actually push and then you threaten something like rook c2 and then it starts getting messy, which is what I mean by how much activity black has. So I think d3 is a fine move here. White is trying to go for just pushing the pawns and hoping something happens. But maybe it's too slow. As long as you can just trade one pair of pawns off, this pawn shouldn't be a problem. I mean, what does that threaten? You could play... You can't... That would be a very bad move. Maybe. It's a very committal move, this one, though, so that's the one problem. This is the move I kind of just want to play automatically, but who knows how good it is. You could... The problem is if you lose this pawn, these two pawns become very dangerous. And now I think James is probably gonna fumble it under time pressure. If he wants to be safe, he can play something like rook d7, just to cut off this square, so this rook can get involved while still protecting this. But he goes for glory. Ooh. I mean... play king... King e3 here. Interesting. He has to play rook e7, only move. King d4, getting closer to the pawns. Oh yes, this is nice. This is nice. Go after the pawns. This is very good. You could take king here, here, something like that. Yeah. Oh, we can't. Oh. Here, wow. Wow. How. You're losing this? Maybe you should have played a trick and played here. When he pushes, you play here. No, that doesn't work. I think that's gonna be fumbled now. Yeah, well, fumbled. Let's check the analysis. This is still a draw. Yeah, why would you go down? You should always follow the leading pawn. I get he wanted checkmate, but now he's too slow to catch the pawns. Oh. That's a shame. Not all rook endgames are drawn, unfortunately. Yeah, that was basically an even game until that fatal blunder. You just had to play here, and then these pawns are both corralled. Okay, let's see if they're playing another one. 2-2. Okay. Let's go back and check the opening. He trolled endgame hard. The thing is, he went for glory, and he got destroyed. That's just kind of how it goes when you're playing against stronger players. So often it happens. Tane is trolling now with the openings. What is this opening? DC and D6 and C6? Well, Tane just plays anything. He plays it by feel. I hate the perk so much. Let's see. I was doing some prep earlier today against the perk, leaking some stuff. Here. Let's see. Let's do some learning quickly. Yeah, this is the game that I shared. This idea. Here, most people play bishop knight g5, but the best move is knight d7. This is standard perk. This bishop g5 after you fianchetto, it kind of, if you look at the Fildor, it's the same idea that happens there, but in the, where is this? Okay. This idea can also happen in the Fildor. Say just play random moves. I don't know, I'm just playing random stuff. You can also have different version, but why no ostrich attack? I'm gonna call it the ostrich attack. Let's quickly see what that is. That's a very flattering picture. Okay, Austrian. I wrote it in German, okay. Let me do Austrian. That's speaking about this another opening named after a location. There's so many. So like the Spanish, the Italian, the Berlin, the Austrian, the Sicilian. So many openings named after the locations. Yeah, this is a very aggressive attack. I've actually played this. I've probably played this before. Let me announce this board. G6, sorry. Oops. Whoops, let's bring that back. G6 and F4, okay. Let me check my own games as white. Yeah, I've had here G6, but I've never played F4. Maybe in different variations, but yeah, this is kind of bishop G5, similar idea to what I've seen. It's a very I guess it's very attacking, but it's a nice one. Let's see let's go back to what's happening in this game. It's a nice one to play. In the Austrian. This is a poison pawn because of bishop a6. Very important. Yeah, f4 is just so aggressive and attacking, but it works so well, especially in shorter time formats. If it's classical, it could be a bit dangerous, but f4 is just so versatile in most positions, like the Grand Prix attack and all that stuff. Whoops. Whoops. Well, what is happening with the time? 22 seconds for Tane. He's calculating these complications. Bring the bishop back, but where? Here, probably? Here also works. If 13 take this pawn. Ah. Now you lose 2 pawns. Doesn't look as appealing anymore. That's why maybe you should have gone for it at the bit. Oh, you couldn't go here in the beginning. My bad. Oh, you could go here. Maybe that was better actually. If you go back here, maybe you should have gone here, attack this, and you can't defend it. Maybe. Who knows? Now, oh, that's you see, he was sneaky. That was sneaky. That's Tane trying to find complications, even though he was down material heavily. Okay, 10 seconds. 2 versus 50. How does Tane hold on to this? Or we're gonna have a James bounce back. I think James needs to sleep. He's just not thinking straight. Now Tane is up 2 pawns. I don't have a lot of confidence in James. This could probably is a draw. This has to be played correctly. I don't think the material imbalance is that bad for white. That's a nice move. Now you play g5. Just lock everything down. Try and build a fortress as much as you can. Now g5. Nice. The useless move. Honestly. Did I take it? Am I missing something? Why didn't you just take the bishop? Was I missing something? What was stopping him from taking that? I'm very confused. Although this looks... Ooh. Ooh. Oh. GG. Checkmate. Wow. Nice. That's nice. That's like comeback time. That's a nice one. That was a nice one. You see, look. Watch. Yeah, that was just a free bishop. He played a move there and reduced it to equality. Not very nice from him. That's good. Okay. Let's go back. Now we watch from his perspective. We're gonna get another one. They did play 5 games, so this could be the end. We'll see. And we do see one. F4. F4. Wow. Let me see. There was, I think if I'm not mistaken, against F4. Let me just show. I'm gonna do some teaching. Let me turn down the music. Here. There we go. No, this is not this. Here, probably, yeah. Yep. Here, this is F4. Speaking about F4 that you love so much, Daniel. Here, this is a game that was played against me at the USAs last year. F4. Now you play E5. Ask them to take the pawn. But you don't set up for that. You give them a second pawn. And if they don't take it, they're pawn ahead. Clear pawn ahead. But you try and say you get activity for that pawn. So you just harass the knight. And now look at this. This was a brilliancy. You take this pawn because here they can't take because they lose the rook. So this was something I prepped for Usos. Yeah, I was prepped until here. So in this opening I prepped 13 moves the day before because I saw my opponent played f5, so... And it worked out nicely. I won this game almost perfectly. I don't think there'll be a game review because chess.com is very stingy, but it was like in the high 90s accuracy. It was a very smooth game that started with gambiting a pawn against f5. If you go back to the game, okay, yeah. So as black, you can literally just gambit 2 pawns, and you just gain momentum by attacking the knight. That's kind of the game plan. And it's okay. So if I go v-chess, you know, Antonio would always say b4 is the best move, so this is black's version playing b4. Yeah. Stuff like that. You just complicate the situation and eventually it works out. Let me turn off this analysis. Well, the situation. James is a pawn ahead. That's quite nice. This knight can't... is kind of stuck here. These pawns. Look at all these pawns on the 6th rank. I feel like James wants to play something like here and just kind of bust things open. Queen b2, maybe? No, not yet. Nice threatening. Well, rook h5 was possible, the previous move. Now he plays the queen b2 that we're talking about. And now rook h5 is going to be a zinger. Okay. Oh, bad move. We have a tied match, 3-3. James and Tane tied, 3-3. This is a huge turnaround from the start of the match where they traded and Tane won 2 in a row, but now James is doing his job to equalize the position. Alright, and we have the end of the match. And it's gonna... Okay, no, it's not the end of the match. So just to give some insight, there was a bad internet, which Tane used as an excuse for losing a minute. He's having bad connection. So now Tane is allegedly tilted. He's using that as his excuse. Okay, it could be a reason, but it is an excuse in my books. You just get good. Very bad move, don't take that pawn. Well, you could take it and then play bishop d5, that's an option. bleeding time. Again, probably because of internet. E6 is probably an option here. What happened in the opening? B3. James coming up with this place. I think this will probably be the last game for Tane because he's tilted and his internet has proved to be quite not that Gucci. So he plays the worst version. I think E6 will probably benefit better, just so you don't lose activity of the bishop. Ooh. Oof. That's a nice move. Ooh, en passant is forced. We know this. Can you get this bishop active somehow? Like a... Ooh, this central tension, man. Would you look at that? Look at all these pawns. There can be 1, 2, 3, 4 different pawn captures. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's crazy. So much tension. Yeah. So much tension. Oof. It just pawn, pawn. Take, 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 take. Take. Okay. Take and take here. More pawns being taken. Surely. Just play for the time. You can't actually push this pawn because of this. Well, that's actually a nice move. How do you defend this? Probably rook. But then you bring a rook of your own and it's lost. That's crazy. Well, I think after Tane loses this game, I think it'll be over. Very unexpected turn of events. Even with the internet, you would think it would have been at least closer. Very interesting stuff. I don't see a way for Tane to defend the pawn. And his internet is probably acting up again. Yeah, just... Ooh. Okay, that's good. Now you threaten to take the pawn. You could play something like this. Cheap tricks. But sometimes cheap tricks work. Nice, nice. Very nice. Tane is trying, you have to give him that. I mean, why not D1? Oof, oof. Oof, that is brutal. But you paying this. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. He had such a nice position, and he just got spoiled. How do you keep the tension going? You see now the queen just wasted time, just dancing around. This pawn is gonna start pushing. Somehow Tane steered the ship here. You can't push this. Oh. Well. It's actually not... Yeah, it wasn't so clear. Yeah. There's nothing to do. And it's gonna be tilting. That's gonna be so tilting. I guarantee you this is gonna be the last game. Take this pawn. take it. Just take it. And go like here. Just be careful of this. Maybe like this. I think this way is better. Yeah. You see, he knows his stuff. And then pick up this pawn. Very nice stuff. Just be careful. Oh, that's mate. Isn't that mate? That was mate. Missed mate in one. He missed mate in one. This is mate, is it not? Wow. Well, mate in two technically, but that was mate. Tane is gonna hate himself for that. Wow. Mate in two. And I think James is probably realizing it. He's still on the board technically. He has to like start running. Or just take this. Or play here first. I think he should have played Queen h4 first. Just so that he doesn't have Rook takes h3. You have so many ideas. Okay, now you're threatening to take this with check. Very nice. This pawn can't push. I'll take this with check. Just take it. Don't ask questions. Only play here. I mean, it can't be worse now for James. I think James navigated the worst. I'm just gonna share the screenshot. I'm just gonna rub salt in the wound. Let me be the devil's instigator. Well, I'm just instigating it, but I just sent a screenshot of this position. I don't think I'm going to be seeing any more games. We are seeing another game. I was very surprised. Now we have Oblongord or Tane is going to be juiced for rating because he's on tilt right now. He lost 3 in a row, which is so unlike him. Crazy. We are seeing... I'm very surprised we even saw this game in the first place, based on how tilted. He's playing d4. That's how you know he's tilted. d4 and g4. This is nonsense. Come on, man. I know it's probably some sort of prep, but that was nonsense. That was nonsense. That was nonsense. Although, to be fair, White has a decent looking position. He wishes he could play... Oh, why didn't you just push the pawn? Why? I guess you want to expose the queen, but just push the pawn. What would have been the harm in pushing the pawn here? Just to... He's going for repetition. He's done with this match. He's done with the match. If he plays Queen f5 check, it's going to be repetition. Is he going to go for it, or is he going to... He's trying for more. If he loses, it's just going to be the most depressing thing ever. Just develop normally, I guess. Okay, now you have a serious threat. Trade queens. Push the... Checkmate. That's a cheap trick. Wow. Oh, that's a cheap trick. To be fair, it worked out for him. This was a mistake. This is devastating. Yeah, you see? He should have just pushed the pawns. I don't know why he didn't push in the first place. Like, what are you afraid of? Yeah, he should have pushed the pawn. Because even this pawn chain, if you can get e6 in, it starts looking crazy. So I think... Let's see. Oh, they are playing another game. I think that one gave some confidence back to Tane. The match is 4-4 at the moment. They're probably going first to 5 or something. Be careful. Okay, that's a good move. This falls well. I think James is now the one that's resigned already. Wow. That is... wow. That was a 10-move game. Let's check the computer analysis. Was a perfect game. Very dodgy stuff from White. This bishop... Okay, again, in some positions you could play bishop c2. That is a move. This move was terrible. Even this would have been okay. Oh, you lose a piece. Okay. Wow. That was 97% accurate. That was a perfect game from Oblong. You know, 2 quick wins and suddenly your demeanor changes. As you're suddenly leading the match. Very nice stuff. I hate Black's position here. Black's position is so bad. So bad.
Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place. See, cause everybody wanna tell you bad things. What could go wrong, what fame brings, but success is a finicky thing. And if you ain't sure, no, it'll never
Very
be.
finicky.
I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself.
Some knuckle cracking. No, he just doesn't care and just keeps pushing. Get some emails going. Here dancing. teddy bear there. And, well, Tane just crushing. Absolutely destroying. I think there is very little hope for James to come back in this one. Look at Black's King safety, just look at that. He just needs a few more moves and that's gonna be mate, basically. Yeah, that is mate. Like, if you can get queen here and here, that's just over. Just sneak up checkmate. So why not? I think just go for it. Because how does he stop it? Maybe a queen here, but that doesn't stop anything. It just makes it faster. So queen h3 or h4, which is better? Does it make a difference? Who knows? Imagine if you lose on time. Is it another internet gambit? But I do think either one of these. Probably h3, so you can stop this. He sees it, of course. I mean, might as well. I don't know, hoping for some random trick. But is there any stopping it? I don't actually think so. Unless he's gonna sack a lot of material. Maybe he moves the bishop out of the way. Does it stop anything? Not really, no. Doesn't stop anything. I think Black is just busted here. Completely busted. There's no stopping this checkmate. Can you maybe go here? That's just mate even quicker. Unless you can go here, maybe that's an option. That could be an... No, even that, well... That doesn't work. He has nothing. Legitimately nothing. No. Very cool stuff. So maybe there was a difference between h3 and h4. Although probably not. This is the victory song. It's a desperado check. Yep. What's their difference? I want to see. No real difference. Whoops. I stopped something. Okay. They're still playing. They played 10 games so far. Let's play a game of our own. Let's just have fun. Instead of watching these guys. We'll check back in on them. Aborted. Okay, let's go to bullet. We check how their position changes after every game of bullet. Free bishop, sure. Okay, it wasn't so free apparently. Imagine getting bishops for free. Couldn't be me. Oop, let's checkmate. Nice. Let's go back here. What's happening? White looks like he has a lot of initiative. I actually like White's position a lot. He's a bit passive, especially this rook. This a1 rook is going to be a big problem, I think, in the game. But if you can get something going, he has tricks. Like, I mean, he could go here. If you can get rid of this knight, I don't see why not. Let's go back. New game. Come on. Please. Please. Is this going to be another quick game?
Grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page.
That was a nice move.
Had to fight and misbehave. Had to find a way to change. Had to leave to find my way.
Sure.
Up in a daydream. I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place. See, cause everybody wanna tell you bad things. What could go wrong? What fame brings, but success is a finicky thing. And if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be.
Could have taken this pawn, but okay. His king's safety looks very suspicious, to say the least. And we have here. Almost took here. That would have been a huge mistake. He has knight here. Yeah. Have to be careful. You actually do have some sick ideas. I can't be a bit quicker. What is going on? I could have taken that pawn. Okay, timed out. And he was almost so close to getting timed out himself. Let's check. Yeah, James is doing great here. Yeah, I think James is gonna win this game. I have to remember this is bullet. I'm not used to playing bullet, it's been so long. Queen. Sure. Interesting. That's a good move. Who would have imagined? Not good at all, not good at all. This is a resignable game. I could win on time, which is true. Do we get stalemate? Surely. Please and thank you. There we go. Swindle. Let's make the James win this game. Let's see. Very solid looking position. Very solid. This was one of the best games I've had in a while. Let's go in. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, you tricked me. No. Come on. I don't know where I'm going, but looking for a place. Knocking down. Hit him in the face. Take the knight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ideas? Yeah, okay. Now we have to pick up the queen. Thank you very much. Thank you. We just take everything. Are we gonna get resignation? Please, thank you. Let's just pre-move this. You resigned. Okay. Black resigned. Perfect. Let's check the next game. And it doesn't look like they're playing anymore. How are you? I am a daily streamer actually for MS. Sorry, I only saw your message now. The channel like a gaming stuff. Can you please drop your Discord? I am gaming stuff. I could drop it, but 1 second. I'm not sure. Are you looking to join it or looking to sell me something? Because if you're looking to sell me something, that's not the case. I won't be able to entertain any of that. Let me know, Emma. Because it does look a little bit suspicious, if I'm just saying. Okay. Maybe we can get over 1900 if we win this game. What is this random nonsense? Very random nonsense. But I rate it. We need more weird chess. Got lucky there. I could have, yeah. Let's go here, I guess. Okay, somehow I blundered this terribly. Let's just fix things up. Let's just get out of here. Push those pawns. Happy little pawns. Not looking good for us this time. Yes, I did, James. It was a very interesting match, I will say that. Lots of fun games. Let's go with that. Free content. Okay, I gave away the rook there. No, not good. Okay, anyways. I did check your games. It was a, what, I think a 6-7 or 6-5, the final score. Something like that. It was actually quite close. I think there's a lot of tilt going on towards the end, but it was quite fun to see. Yeah. Seeing Tane just on full tilt is just hilarious every time. I thought you'd take with the queen, interesting. Sure. Okay, the singing. Yeah, Tane was on one bar the whole time, it was crazy. There we go, free bishop. Both of you, definitely both of you were very tilted. If I look, I think the last game was pretty... Okay. I made the joke your username was because you're born in the year 1855. This game is a very nice one. It's a very smooth game from you. These two, you just kind of lost it instantly. It's kind of quite sad. He tricked you with this checkmate. So like these three games were the epitome of tilt from your side. You were just losing it completely. Yeah. But these games, okay, you struggled a lot with endgames. Like the first game, this endgame, you shouldn't have lost it. Why is chess so delayed? No idea. How delayed is it? Define delayed. How delayed is delayed? Like a few seconds. Well. But is the stream itself, is there any buffering or delays otherwise? Let me do Rook and Knight checkmate. Yes, this one. This was a very nice idea. Because here it was an inequality. Let me go from your perspective. Yeah, this is your perspective. Here you were down material, but I thought it was perfectly fine. I thought it should have probably been a draw, because even though he's up 2 points of material, I think in these kinds of positions, the inequality really doesn't matter that much. So let me try something. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. So I sent the message as I was saying it. 1, 2. Okay, let me not spam too much, but maybe try refreshing. See if it gets better. Let me check if there's any delays. Settings. I'm checking if there's any delays at the moment. I don't see any delays on my side. Okay, type another message, and I have the chat open on my phone, and I can see how long it takes to. Difference between two. Yeah, it showed up the same time for me. Because I was looking at my phone at the chat, and it showed up exactly the same time as this one. So I don't think it's necessarily on this end, unless the stream itself there's some sort of delay. Okay, is it better now? Okay, anyways, for this position, I was saying even though it says it's -2 because of the material difference, I thought this should have been objectively like a draw. I don't think either of you should have won this game, but you found a nice trick and trapped him. Yeah, I thought locking up the position was a very good move. Alright, some delay, what can you do? I can try to figure out later, but if someone else is here, they can say if they have the same issue or not. But, like I was saying, here, yes, if you missed it, there's a free bishop, and he played a move that made it a draw instead. This, you shouldn't have missed this free bishop, but I understand it was time pressure. He had 27 seconds. But he still used 3 seconds. You should have seen the bishop was hanging, but I think he made up for it with this nice nice idea. Arabian mate, is it? Let me check. Arabian mate. In the corner, yeah. Yeah, Arabian mated thing. This is one of the more impressive finishes, but in the end game, the first game was a bit rough. These pawns. Here, it was equal basically the whole game, almost level, negligibly level, but the whole game was very even, and then suddenly, here, like I was saying here, I was speaking about it, I was like, here you have basically two options. You can either go for glory, or you can play something slow, like just, and try and hold the status quo, just to stop his rook from getting in, and kind of waiting for him to make his move. Because if you can trade one pair of pawns, this is always going to be a draw. So here you went for glory, and this is so committal, because now you struggle to defend the pawns. And it was still okay. You got the extra pawn, and it was fine. But here you made the mistake of going down instead of going up. You always go up and chase the pawns. And then this would have been 0-0, but yeah. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you, James. Let me see. I want to check. Maybe we can do our first ever raid. We have 3 viewers, one of which is me. But let's see. Let's check the chess channel. Sure, Joe Bruin is nice. Let me try this.
Hang my queen.
It's better than resigning. Like, maybe he doesn't take and you get the draw.
Let's try this.
Maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, just resign the move later. Anyways, ignore me. I'm sorry. Initially I missed that his queen was hanging. But,
It's valid.
yeah, good game. I mean, you messed up the when
Let's try this.
your rook was hanging from the bishop. You took his knight. I think that's when things went.
There we go.
Yeah,
In
take
theory,
bishop
that should be
C6,
going.
But I think I should have moved in.
So there we
the
go.
rook. I totally.
Please join
I
me
saw
to
that
the
he
raid.
would pin my
If anyone is
rook
out
to, like,
there.
the pawn on H7.
And have a good day otherwise.
Yeah.
But then I forgot that if I take the knight and he takes back with the queen, the pawn on b2 is also hanging,
I
right?
don't know how
Like you
to.
took with the queen on b2.
There we go.
Right?
On b6.
Uh,
I mean, both pawns.
Or b7.
Is
Probably
he gonna start
instead
any
of pushing
second?
c6, you could have castled, and like maybe you still lose your h pawn, but that would have been much better.
Yeah, or just move the rook back
Yeah, but
to c8.
how do you feel?
Are you guys there?
Well, not amazing. But yeah, it's well, my opponent was unrated, but he played super well for an unrated person, like really well. So
Yeah.
I was That's
Yeah.
why I didn't give up. So I was like hoping because
Hopefully-
he's unrated, he would make a mistake, but he just didn't. He didn't
Should be
make
gone
a
any
mistake,
second.
So, yeah.
Well,
Please do stick
I was
around.
hoping there was that opportunity with your queen
Let's
on
check my own
f6.
channel.
If he takes your rook on e8, your queen takes a1 check. Did you see that? Were you hoping for that?
Is it telling you that it's going on?
You mean when my queen was on when my queen was on where was it?
f6.
What? Yeah. No wait. When I had the queen
One
on
second.
e2, right?
No, when your queen was on f6, and
There we
you
go.
brought your knight to f5, attacking his queen, and he
There we
takes
go,
your knight with
perfect.
the bishop.
Thank
and
you,
takes